breaking through the disinformation, pointing out crimes and corruption threatening our way of life. Do you like tyranny or global government? No, and neither does he. He's Timothy Preston, host of Talk Wave Radio, freeing the minds of the world one mind at a time. Now, broadcasting live, Timothy Preston. Welcome everybody. How are you guys doing? This is your host Timothy Preston. You are live at Talkwave Radio. I'm glad that you guys could join me, and we will be just touching on a few things today. Let's talk about this whole voting. Okay, now I'm not one to tell you who to vote for. You make up your own mind. Some people need to vote for Mitt Romney. Some people feel they need to vote for Obama. I'm not going to tell you what. But I will point some of this stuff out. Now, I see people talking out in the streets, and everybody's questioning the information that's coming from the news. And a lot of people who voted for Obama last term are questioning how all of a sudden in the middle of September it seems like his popularity, the polls just kind of froze, and Mitt Romney is more and more rising. Now, you know, that could be the case, but a lot of it could be fixed because I don't see Mitt Romney winning right now in Athens, Georgia. I'll say I don't see a lot of bumper stickers. I don't see a lot of flyers or yard postings, you know, just those things, typical things you see, you know. Now, I don't know really who I'm gonna vote for, you know, because it's up in the air. You know, let's talk about some of the things that Obama was saying and that they're reneging. Now, people are saying Obama costing jobs and the work isn't coming fast enough. Well, I can see that jobs are coming back. That I have to admit. I've seen that happen. I see a lot of people being underemployed, but a lot of people are actually getting some sort of employment now. Now, I was one to be affected by the job market. Lost my job when the economy crashed, and it took some time before I was able to actually bounce back. I'm still bouncing back, but there's a little work out there that I'm able to get, that I got, and I was lucky more than others who actually have 2 jobs right now. I still don't make as much as I used to make, but I can't really too much complain. Now, can I go and blame that on Obama? Because if I'm talking to a Mitt Romney supporter or a Republican, they would say, well, you got a job, but you don't make enough. Well, I didn't have a job at all, and I wasn't making anything. So if I have to balance it out and weigh it out, am I better off right now than where I was 4 years ago? That's the question they keep asking everybody, and I have to say yes. I'm looking at my situation, my personal situation right now, and I can say I'm a little bit better than I was before. Well, it's not just jobs. What about the deficit? Well, as long as we have the Federal Reserve, Ben Bernanke just willing to make a phone call and say print up another $50 billion this month, and next month print up another $50 billion, then that's going to keep rising. No matter what the president do, whatever budgets are cut or whatever programs are cut, we're going to always be in a hole, and we're going to continue to dig ourselves in this hole as long as we continue the relationship that we've been having with the Federal Reserve. Do we really believe they're going to audit the Feds? No. When we were trying to raise hell about the Feds, they turned it around and made it about Wall Street. And I felt like we should have been focusing directly on the Federal Reserve. Wall Street, yeah, but the Federal Reserve, of course. Because out of all of that marching and protesting and people getting beat and drug out and spending many countless nights out on the streets, what has it left us? The Arab Spring that they wanted America to have did not come about that way. Now, a few things, something that popped up that I noticed and was when I was doing some basic research. Let's talk about the health care. Something that was very disturbing to me. Now, in this Obamacare, I'm hearing now that they want to bring down the work weeks, 40 hours being considered full-time, down to 30 hours a week being considered full-time. And a lot of people are getting excited, like, ooh, yay, I'm going to be getting overtime, or yay, I'm going to be something. I don't know how it benefits, but in the beginning, when they just throw it out there a little bit, then yeah, it does sound kind of good, 30 hours of work week, because there's some people that only make 36 hours a week. There's some people who only get 37 hours a week, so they feel like, ooh, yeah, that's overtime now. And I can get benefits. Now, let's really look at how this may work and play out. Now, I'm not a professional with this, but me just doing some sitting back, brainstorming and thinking, I say, hey, okay, so say you're only getting 36 hours a week. Do you think you're going to get overtime? No. Your employer is going to cut your hours down to not 30, but at least 29 or 28 or less. Why would they do that, you say? Well, just from my mind frame and my state, I would think that they would cut the benefits, cut it down, because now when they're getting 30 hours a week, the Obamacare is saying that they're going to have to supply health insurance. Well, you have less money coming into the pockets of the employees, so who's going to have to cover more of those fees for when it comes to the insurance? Your employer. So they're going to fire some people because they want to be around or under that 50 employee marker. People who was getting full-time, who's getting that 40 hours a week, you think you're going to be getting 10 hours overtime. No, they're going to cut your hours down. They're going to pick they'll pick 3 or 4 individuals, cut their hours down, and hire one other person. So now everybody's making under the 30 hours. Now no one's full-time. Now let's see who does this benefit in our actuality. If you're under minimum wage, if you're under 40 hours, 30 hours a week, full-time pay, hourly wage, whatever, full-time, hourly, weekly, if we cut that back, the employers don't have to pay that. More work will be put on the employee, and then there's less take-home pay. But now we're going to be forced to have to pay for insurance. And that's going to have to come out of our pockets, because that's one of the stipulations of this new Obamacare is no matter what, you're going to have to get insurance or you'll be fined. Monthly or yearly, that's where the IRS comes in. Now, people who is lucky and blessed to be getting 40 hours a week, especially in the time that we're in right now, what's going to happen to you? You're going to see 10 hours per week come out of your check. Therefore, you're going to see almost $100 at least, $100 or more at least, out of your monthly income. Okay, your weekly income. You're going to see a difference. So who is this really benefiting? Now, I'm not saying vote for anybody. I'm just telling you what I noticed. Now, I noticed, let's talk about health. Mitt Romney. He's a Mormon. Okay? Now, let's go back and let's look at this very carefully. Especially black people. You need to think about this now. And what this man has been saying. And what this man's religion has been saying. Now, first off, there's clips out there. You'll hear Mitt Romney saying he said the same thing Obama said. Really, to protect himself, he used the exact same lines Obama did, so couldn't nobody ridicule him or anything. He said that he believed in his religion. He believed in his father's religion. He believed that he can't nowhere disown his religion or turn away from his religion. So that means he's for the Mormon religion. He's for the Mormon religion his fathers learned and taught. And his father's fathers. Now, let's think about what the Mormons was teaching for 100 and some odd years. They were teaching that the only way black people, we were cursed. The reason why we're black is because the black man is actually cursed from the bloodline of Cain. Meaning the only way we can even get to heaven through Mormons is if we are subservient, if we servants to the higher white race, because they're from the children of good, and we are from the cursed bloodline of Cain, the children that are bad. Now, Mitt Romney says that when he's been campaigning, he want to go back to the old way, the way we used to do it and the way things were done back when he was growing up, basically, okay? Now, that was back in the 70s. Now, if we go back to that and turn everything back then, that means he want the tax breaks, the benefits to go to who they were receiving in the beginning, and us to receive whatever we were receiving in the beginning, right? Back in the day, say the 70s, 80s. Well, in the 70s, the Mormons believe and outright spoke about black people in their position in the religion, in the whole stance of Christianity or God type of scenario with the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and the whole Christian thing, where we stand, okay? You think about it. I played the clips on my last show. You can go back and check it out. That's up to you. You do that on your own time. Now let's look at this. I was talking to an individual and he was saying, well, if he a Mormon, then how would people vote, or how is he winning? Well, right now, if you want to look at it from different conspiracy theory type of aspects, just to look at it, because that's what they label us. If we think anything outside of the box or try to think like they think, you know, a couple of steps ahead and a little bit outside the box, you know what I'm saying, kind of twisted so we can get things going like they do it. If I'm thinking like them, then I can see them wanting to put a Mormon in the office right now. Think about it. It'll continue to fuel the problem that this racial issue they've been pushing. It'll fuel that, and it also will give good probable cause and probable arguments to now say that Muslims over there can actually be involved and have us all in a holy war, because now we have a religion to induct into this holy war. See, Obama can say he a Christian. We know that man ain't been more saved. That man don't go to church. He don't speak in tongues. He don't lay hands. He don't ask to get hands laid on him. He don't do any of that. That man works, play golf, play basketball, and kick it. Do what every other president has done. He's doing nothing wrong. You know, Bush during war was taking 30-something odd days. Took a month and a half vacation. So we can't really complain too much. You know, it's funny because one time I heard Sean Hannity or somebody trying to say that Obama was always taking vacations. I thought that was funny. I thought that was real funny. But I'm just looking at a bunch of things. I lost train of thought. Sorry. But now if you want to look at Mitt Romney and you look at this, we can be full-fledged now. Already, we got the racism going on. You got people on Twitter pushing, let's kill Mitt Romney, and you got a bunch of white people. They've been saying this since Obama got in office. Let's kill that black man. So they figure this will fuel the racist part of it, but also this will give a good target because Mitt Romney, he was a pastor or a deacon. He ran the church for years and a large congregation. So now basically you're putting a Christian minister Because basically, once you're a father or once you're a minister, you're always a minister.